Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another stream. Hold on. 1 second. How you guys doing? Let me get my camera right. Hold on 1 second. What's going on my camera today? Hold on 1 second. See, this camera's working here, but this is not the good working camera. How you guys doing? Let me see what's going on here. How am I sounding? Hello, everyone. No, it's mic. It's a mic now. Tell me how am I sounding? Am I sounding clear? All right, you can see me. Can you see me? Everything is good. All right, so warm welcome. Warm welcome. Thank you for everybody for being here and being here. I see Jay and Vina. How you doing? Also, Abigail, how you doing? KD Experience, of course, Danica Garcia. Thank you for coming early. Who else we got in here? Deontay Ellis. What's going on? Marquez Dillon. How are you? Paul Abrams. Good evening, my brother. Hope everything is good. How you doing? Everything is good over here. I'm happy to see everything is nice and clear. But I know everybody knows the situation we're in right now. But also, this is brought to you by Foxtonomy. This brand here represents your journey to the Philippines. Okay, be sure to get your shirt. Foxtonomy actually means the force that is feeling independent. And if you live in any country, if you live in the U.S. or even if you live in the Philippines, you're definitely not independent because you're living under someone else's country. So I don't think there's any difference between U.S. and Philippines as far as independence. Both countries are independent on their own, but it's still the same to me. It really doesn't matter. I don't own any of the countries, so why not live in the Philippines? This represents your journey to the Philippines, guys, or your journey to your Filipino, however you want to see it. This represents you. Go to foxtonomy.creative-spring and get your shirt. And thank you for coming. Thank you guys for coming. Ruth Fuchsius, how you doing, Fuchsius? I see you checking in. What's going on? So today, hopefully, we can have another interview. We interviewed Abigail last week. Jeremy said, I'm 22-year-old American living in Northern Luzon. Okay, that's cool. We interviewed Abigail last week, and it was a great interview. And I know a lot of you were there. What's going on, D. Parker? And a lot of you were there to see that interview. And actually, I posted a short about it during the week. I thought what Abigail said in the short was very relevant. You know, she spoke about how her family guarded her. You know, guarded her. It's very old school Filipino style. That's what you get in the Philippines. That's like a lost art in the States and many other countries. It still happens though in other countries, but in the States, that's something that's lost. And that's why a lot of guys are finding more success dating women in the Philippines. Don't get me wrong, there's still successful marriages in the States. Like for instance, I was looking at my cousin with her husband. I was looking at her Instagram post, and she's been with her husband for many years. And I like to see that though. I see that in my family, a lot of them have it figured out. Like I see my cousin, I see my other cousin who's married has a husband, my other cousin, and these are my first cousins too, you know. All of them are actually that are married in situations where they got good guys too and they're good women. You know, and that's what you want to see. But it is a lost thing in the States. But that's why I can't believe I'm on here with you. Yeah, that's what's up, Marcus. I'm happy you made it. But that's why I showed that quick short with Abigail because of what she said. And also I have a lot more I need to post from last week. It was about 2 to 3 hours but there was a lot of gems in there that was said. So I do want to post that all throughout the week. So I think it's very important the conversation we was having, and I'm going to start doing that now, where I post what happens in the live all throughout the week, because there's some things that guys need to know when it comes to dealing with the Filipino. I think Filipinas already know, but still, I even made videos today just telling Filipinas how there are a lot of good foreigners here for you. You know, if you're having a problem here, you can always go out and find someone. Jay and Vina, mostly Philippine stocks. After I get my till my stocks, but yeah, and that's what I want to show with these live streams. I want to show different scenarios, and also I just want to hang out with you guys. But so hopefully they can make it today. I'm just hoping they can make it. I'm sure they can. Even if he's late, doesn't matter for me. You are in spots I miss. Marquez, you've been watching for months. That's cool, man. That's cool. Can't wait to get back in the Philippines. My home Palawan is calling me. No, I understand. I can't wait to travel around myself. If anyone knows, right now, me and Kay are stuck in Manila again because of a lockdown. And this always happens around the time I need to get my like today's like not today, but within the month of September is going to be my first year where I need to go back and get my paperwork to be a permanent resident. I'm on a probationary period. They're talking about they're going to change it up to where now you don't have to stay the year and then after for that year you're on probationary. They're thinking about changing it. I wish they would change it sooner, but it's fine. I'm sure I'm gonna have to pay extra fees again, and I have to go up there and you know go get everything taken care of again, and then from there I'll be good for 5 years in the Philippines. So I'm looking forward to that. But right now with the lockdown, you can't do anything. You can't book any appointments. Next appointment's available is in September, and by that time I don't know what I'll be doing. But that's what we're in right now. We're in a pandemic, so there's no complaints. So been going on with you guys this week? If you know how it is here in Manila, it's been nothing but lockdowns. You're in spots and miss. No, I hear you. But yeah, guys, let me get into this really quickly. But first, I'm gonna wait to bring Kay on. And House of Haas, what's going on, brother? Thanks for coming in. TSSD, how are you? Mark Sinlau from New Jersey. Yeah, guys, and post where you're from. Post where you're at right now. It's not where you're from, it's where you're at. Chris Dillon from Florida. How you doing, Chris? Blue Fate, what's going on? And Jeremy's in North Luzon, Northern Luzon. So you're close by where I am. That's cool. D Parker, what's going on? But yeah, guys. So this week I actually started working online again. I started working online again, and I got to tell you guys about that experience. That's why I posted the video of the scammer, because I bumped into a scammer. And if you're young and you're looking to work online, I'm gonna be training people soon who want help. I mean, you could easily go right on Upwork and just do it on your own. You go on Upwork, do it on your own. But if you want help, I'll be here to help you as far as getting set up online. Now, for you guys that have experience, say if you're in customer service, you have that kind of experience, sales or data entry, virtual assistant, definitely go on Upwork.com. I've been doing that for not the whole time I was in the Philippines, but that's how I got to the Philippines. Working online got me here. And then when I came here, I was already secure with my income working online. So I know a lot of you guys, some of you guys, most of you, a lot of you guys are already retired, but some of you guys are not looking to retire. Maybe you could you're young, you may want to come here and work. That's how you do it. That's how I did it on Upwork. So I'm going to start sharing more on that. But I don't want to do that in the live stream. So let me continue on. So let me scroll here 1 second. Yeah, so Marcus Dillon said Jersey City, Newark, New Jersey. Stan B, North New Jersey. Mike says Maryland. Chicago in the house, Dante Ellis. Looking good, man. You definitely been putting in work. Well, I think if you're talking about the exercising, I definitely been putting in work with that. I got tired of being fat, house of house. I was swollen for years. You guys see me. I was walking around swollen in the Philippines for years, and I was caught up. I'll be honest. I was caught up with drinking, and that's where the fatness was from that you guys seen in my face. I'm young and looking to work on. I'm definitely gonna have you, house of has. Email me, theblackfilipino@gmail.com, and I'm gonna open up sessions soon where I actually train maybe 5 to 10 people at a time. Simply Rocco, what's going on? Where I train 5 to 10 people at a time, or even train a group, a bigger group. I start doing training sessions like that. Also, I'm helping out guys that have never ever that don't have any experience. But the only thing is, if you don't have any experience working online, you gotta start. You gotta grind in the mud. What I am gonna do, and this is something that people aren't doing. Actually, I have people contacting me all the time, and of course, I can't do the work. Like right now, I currently have a contract where I can work 55 hours a week, but I can't really take any more work. So I can easily say, hey, I suggest you to hire this freelancer. So I'm going to work out packages like that too, where if you don't mind doing what I do, I can actually suggest a person to try to hire you. These are people that are looking to hire me directly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, hey, look, hire this person, but the person that I suggest has to be ready to get it in the mud. They got to be ready to get down and dirty and be ready to work. But with all this being said, guys, I got to bring Kay on. What's going on, Kay? You're in the stream.
Hi guys, welcome back. I'm trying to get my phone, that's why.
Okay,
Hello everybody, welcome back and happy Sunday morning to everyone
Sunday
in the
morning,
US
yeah.
and Sunday night to other people
In the
outside
Philippines.
different country. I want to shout out to everyone's here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I want to shout out to your number one disliker. Thank you for your effort that you always dislike the video. Notification on. That's an A for an effort. Thank you so much. And for all the likes, being positive. Thank you so much, guys. But I
Yes,
said
yes.
I know the disliker. Wow, notification on. Yes.
But simply Rocco, the people that want me right now, it's mostly appointment setting. I got to tell you guys about it, about appointment setting, right? Now, I'm gonna tell you why I chose appointment setting. Then I'm gonna move on with the conversation. I'm sharing this for Simply Rocco. Now, with appointment setting, it sells, but it's a little different. I got to tell you about sometimes some gyms come through with that. Like I get people offering me stuff all the time, right? And then before you know it, boom, someone will offer me something where that's not sales. Where they say we just want you to call customers and get this information, and it's not for a type of sell at all. I just need to get the information, and then that's it. Okay. And so you find things like that. So you see appointment setting, it's crazy hard, crazy hard, crazy hard. And sometimes you have to work those and you can be successful in them. The reason why I choose to do appointment setting is because you own your own time. Even though I have to work overnight, I can work on my own time. I can actually set my own schedule unless they're strict about a schedule. Then most times I won't even do the contract. But when you're first starting, you got to get it in the mud, meaning you got to say, you know what, you got to deal with the person saying whatever hours you got to work on with appointment setting, and you got to grind it out. But will you find those good things like that data entry contracts? People offer me customer service work, which I will never do because customer service requires you to say, okay, 10 to 5 shift, and you have to work those hours. What I do online, I don't do any of that. Okay, I do appointment setting. I have my own schedule, which of course I'm not lazy. You got to be ready to sit down 5, 6, 7 hours and grind. And if you're willing to do that, you can be successful with what I do. That's all I got to say.
So hello
But
to everybody. Dante, Simple Rocco, Abigail, Mikos, and Fuchsias. Hello guys.
mhm, yeah, but that's what it is, simply Rocco. And that's what I'm going to show people that are in the program. How much do
Mm-hmm.
you bring in on average? Well, right now, see, because when I made the video before talking about what I made, when I made 40,000, that was me actually working for the company. But on average, you'll be bringing in about 2,500 to $3,000 a month, easy. You can bring in. You can bring that money in, and you can do that while in the Philippines. So you'll be making American dollars in the Philippines. Actually,
Mm-hmm.
I have a friend that I put on to what I do, and I got him with the company I was working with, and he was successful. Now he does customer service now, but he's been working online since about 4 or 5 years. He's been watching me since I first came here, and then he came out here, did it,
Mm-hmm.
and then he's been successful. So
All you need to
actually,
do, guys, is just
yeah.
the if you're aggressive, if you are like how to do the sales talk and how to talk to people,
Hmm.
this is the job for you. We're hiring and joking.
No, yeah, well, we're not hiring, but I am thinking about doing my own agency where I get people. What I'm going to do is I'm going to be getting in the contracts. The contracts will
Hmm.
come through me, and then I'm going to have an agency, but I need hungry people that's ready to jump on the phone and grind it. And I'm going to have it worked out to where commissions are going to be in play. It's going to be a good thing. I just got to build it first. I already
Hmm.
have the contracts coming in. I just got to build the agency because then we'll be making money hand over fist. And then, it's going to be big.
Okay,
Tomorrow.
okay.
So let's go continue on.
So you said you're waiting for me. You want to read something. You didn't send it to
No,
me.
continue up. Oh, well, no, you should want to read what I looked up.
Yeah, 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 yeah. You're not.
Oh,
Are
yeah,
you
I'll
not?
send it to you.
Okay.
I'll
All
send it
right.
to you.
Okay.
We can talk
So,
about it.
guys, right now, guys, every Sunday we will have a scheduled interview, and it's gonna be surprise guests. So, Jay's planning to do like 1 hour, just answering all your questions. And then we have a second part, which we're gonna bring in the guests, and we will ask them some question, the same question we asked with Abigail. And then after that, you can ask question as well after the interview, and if they want to answer it, it's up to them, of course, if they want to answer. So I hope they able to make it, and I can wait for the interview.
Yes. I think they'll be able to make it. They may be in
Hmm.
late, but as long as they
No,
make it.
it's still later. It's 10 a.m. 10 p.m. I mean 10 p.m. They will
Yeah,
be
yeah, yeah.
coming in at 10.
Yeah.
So let's read some comment. Ate ako for online job. Yes. No, I'm just joking. We're not hiring. But I
Oh,
tell
you're not
also to
hiring, yeah.
where I tell to Abigail already the website for teaching. So I sent it to her. So I hope she tried that. Abigail actually, guys, is my cousin. So Mr. Hello,
Mr.
welcome.
Mister.
J and Bina Marcus, we made it so we don't have to work anymore. Travel back and forth from the Philippines to the US. Normally we spend 6 months in the Philippines and 6 months in Boston, Massachusetts. House of Has, it's J and Bina TV. They're from Boston.
Okay.
All right, go ahead, Jay.
Yeah, and Jay and Vita email me too, the black Filipino at gmail.com. And about what you're talking about. So I can bring you on one day and you can speak about it here in the live stream. So make sure you Jay and Vita email me the black Filipino at gmail.com and we'll talk more. So I lost
Mm-hmm.
my connection. Did someone else mention they from Boston? Yeah, I think it was Jay and Vita from Boston. Yeah. Mister, what's going on? How you doing? How you
All
doing?
right, so
And
Jay
yeah,
sent
I
it to
sent you the
me.
information. Yeah, but
All right.
now
Mm-hmm.
this guy's. I want to talk about this. We're gonna get into this, and we're gonna talk together before we have the interview. Now, this is 14 secrets of couples who stay together. Okay. Now we're gonna get into this, and I want to talk about this a little bit because, of course, I want to talk about. A lot of you guys. You come here, you want a Filipina, or you want love, and I want to speak about that. Now, it says number one is to stay connected.
Mm-hmm.
So, what do you have to say about that, Kay? About staying connected?
All right, actually, I'm looking for the members. So stay connected. Let me just read the information that we have here. Stay connected, even if you have been married for many years. It is still important to ask your partner how their day went or how they are feeling. This way, you always know that even if you had a bad day, at least your partner will be there to lend an ear for your band, which is correct. Always stay connected to your husband or your boyfriend, or maybe like if you're already married, stay connected all the time, because you doesn't know, maybe they're thinking they're being sad that day, and as the information said here, that
Well,
it also good if you communicate all the time
I,
too.
I got to give
So
my information as from a guy
mhm.
standpoint.
Okay.
And as a guy, you guys out there, you know how we can get, because us really, all we want sometimes is silence, and that's it. And I feel as a guy, as a man, we definitely have to do our best to stay connected, and always just make sure your lady has your ear, you know. Your lady has to have your ear in a relationship to where,
Mm-hmm.
like for instance, Kay already knows she can come to me and tell me anything because I'm interested in what she's saying. You
Mm-hmm.
know, like a lady needs to be a best friend. I love you so much. Give me money. It shouldn't be like that, Derek.
You
that's
can,
that's not good. That's
where
toxic.
is that?
He said, "I love you so much. Give me money." It shouldn't be like that. Whoa. But no, if a situation like that is dangerous, Derek, you know
Yeah.
that already.
Hello,
That's a dangerous
Al.
situation.
Al Avincula, welcome.
Vincula, what's going on? But
Silence and sandwich. TSSD is Mr.
silent sex
Mister.
and a
Mr.
sandwich.
Is rich. He has different YouTube channel. He
Well,
said.
you know what? You know what though? Sometimes that is needed,
Mhm.
and that's one thing with Kay. Kay understands it. Kay, like, and I love that about Kay.
What
Kay
is
understands sometimes
sandwich?
a sandwich, like silent
Ah,
sex and a
okay, okay,
sandwich,
okay.
silent sex and a sandwich. But sometimes, as guys though, we want more. We want more than just a sandwich. We want the conversation too, but we want it to be engaging to us. You
Hmm.
know, so I think it's important for women to know that, like, okay, you know what is he like? But still,
And
I don't know.
also, during
Yeah,
the
yeah,
lockdown, like right now, you can go out,
yeah.
especially if you visit the Philippines, and you will be quarantined for 14 days. But anyway, during the lockdown, let's just talk about during the lockdown. Of course, create something that you talk about with your husband, and
Mm-hmm.
stay connected with your husband. Even you're living together already, you need to stay connected, because sometimes the reason couple separated because they're like, they doesn't share anything. They're just living together, but they doesn't really talk. They talk
And
when they eat, and then after that they separate.
yeah,
So
yeah.
you just really need to stay connected. So maybe we can move
House of
on to
Haas,
number two.
House of Haas. Well, wait a second. House of Haas. No, we gotta go deep in it. So House
Mm-hmm.
of Haas said, he said, would you say avoiding things that break up that connection is a good way of being connected? I think somewhat. And those things. So guys, give me some of those things to you that stop you from being connected to your lady. And if there's any ladies here, you can do the same.
Yeah, we
What are
have
those things you
Abigail
think
here.
will break up that connection? Tell me.
Mhm.
Kay, what do you think, Kay? You get it from
But
me and Kay
like,
first.
for example, what do you mean? Break up
Like
that
some things
connection.
that can break up the connection, like what will break up the connection between a guy and a girl? I think don't force it too. I think not force. If it's forced, it'll break up. You can't
Mm-hmm.
force a connection. It just has to happen. That's the thing. And
Mm-hmm.
and I like that about Kay because Kay lets it happen. Like and that's the thing with women. Sometimes women don't always want to talk with us too. But I don't know if you guys are going through situations like that where your woman always want to talk. That's not so good.
Abigail said when you and your partner stop listening.
Yeah,
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 when
yeah,
you
yeah.
stop listening. And then TSSD said, yeah, we don't want to talk about the same things. And
Hmm.
I miss Subway sandwiches from I don't know why there's no Subway in Bacolod. It's
Yeah,
like,
it should be.
yeah.
In-laws and extended families can break. Yeah, and in-laws and extended
Mm.
families can break
That's
a
why
connection.
it's really suggest that if you get married, guys, never stay with your in-laws. It's better if you stay
Yeah.
on your own house, even the house is smaller, because sometimes those are the reason why. But anyway, let's move on for number two, Jay, because your
Okay,
interview is
let's go number
coming
two. Number
soon.
number two.
Jay,
Well,
we're
okay,
going
no,
to.
no rush, no rush. We're going deep. Okay, let's go deep. But I go to number two. Number two. Number two. That was good.
Number 2, guys, is choose your battles.
Choose your That's big. That's big.
Not
Choose
all
your battles.
disagreements mean that things are all over. All couples fight, but it's how you resolve it that counts. Decide
That's
what's
true.
worth fighting for, and remember that it's not always important to be right in order to win an argument. But I believe white is always right. I'm joking.
No, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, that's true.
Um, that you definitely don't want. You got to pick your battles, especially guys. I think guys know. I think us guys know. Sometimes, but still, you can't be so quiet to where the woman always wins. But sometimes you just gotta just let it go.
I see the message, the comments of House about. He said, I think overuse of technology and not talking to each other also, or also friends can break up the connection. That's
It,
correct.
it definitely can.
Yeah,
Yep.
because
It definitely
I
can.
can just use the phone, you eating together, but the husband is using the phone, the wife is using the phone, but there's really no connection no more. So you need to really like a time like our me time. They call it the me
Mm-hmm.
time,
Mm-hmm.
together time.
Yeah. And TSC, I can't be around anyone 24/7. Even my favorite person will eventually annoy me and break the connection. That's true. Sometimes you got to separate somewhat. You know.
Hmm.
The only thing though is that me and Kay are around each other all the time, and it's fine because of this pandemic. Because of the
No,
pandemic, it's
even
more
with
fun.
the
Even
pandemic.
before, I know we're around each other all the time, but hey, it's gonna be like that though when you're with your lady.
Mhm.
I don't know if TSSD must work outside. That could be the
Don't worry, guys. I
situation.
am annoying. I'm
Yeah.
not annoying, but
Oh no, Kay,
I am
Kay,
not annoying.
Kay's like having your best friend around, and she's cool. And yep, you have to agree to disagree. That's
Hmm.
true. You have to agree to
I say
disagree.
I choose to be happy than right. Because sometimes if you know that you're really wrong, you just need to prove that, oh yeah, yeah, like this. You know, sometimes you just need to weigh also, don't use too much pride.
Yeah, yeah.
Pride is for fried chicken, not the attitude.
That's right. That's right. What's number three, Kay?
All right, number 3. We'll try to do this. Marriage advice.
No, it's just going in, talking
Guidance
about
course. Okay,
situation.
guys. Because we want to have some topic to talk about, guys, so you guys can also, relate and give your opinion. Accept your challenges. What did you get this one, Jay? Why you might not loving visiting the in-laws or you're going to his work function? Remember that there are always going to be obligations to fill in any relationship. That's
Mm-hmm.
correct.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Accept your challenges, yeah. So
Hmm.
it's like going to a Christmas party, stuff like that.
Yeah, if there's some social gathering, if sometimes some guys doesn't like to go to social gathering, maybe girls, but
They said
maybe
fried chicken. It's funny because the way Kay said it, right? Like fried chicken. It's like fried chicken. I just got it. Like, hold up,
do
fried
not,
chicken.
Mister, do not correct my pronunciation of bride. Just kidding.
No, you said it was funny. Fried chicken. It's
Yeah,
like
I
fried
know. The fried chicken.
chicken. That's a good one. I gotta use that. Fried chicken. I
Is there
like that.
such thing over affectionate? Just as a question for you, is there a such thing as being over affectionate to Filipinas?
Over affectionate. Yeah, it is.
Tact is the key for communication.
It,
Okay.
there is even for Filipinos. There's such things as being over affectionate because you have to let the Filipino do the effect. Be the over affectionate one. Like
Mhm.
Kay's over affectionate, and I think if I started, well, actually, no, it would still work because Filipinos like the sweetness. Actually, especially during the
No,
pandemic,
just
there's no such thing as over affection.
I think the reason sometimes you're becoming over affectionate is if you like, oh, I want to talk to you all the time. Like, sometimes you keep bothering your girl even you just talk,
Yeah,
and then I don't know, over affectionate maybe is like being possessive already, right?
yeah,
I don't know.
yeah. Well, it
It's
depends on how you take it.
yeah,
Before we
how
get to it.
how affectionate you are is like if it's like it's okay, or is it like possessive style, or it's just because sometimes it's maybe over affectionate if you are like, I don't know.
Yeah,
There's also under affectionate here in the US. Hello, chosen one. Hello.
everywhere.
JNB Native said quarantine can make you or break it because you're spending much time together. Yes.
You sure can. The quarantine can definitely break you. And
Let's go to the next one.
yeah, let's go to the next one.
Number 4, guys, do your own thing. Having your own interests can make for more variety and conversation the next day. Do your own thing. Yeah, because you have your own, hobby, you have your own thing that you need to do. Because the more like you're gonna end up focusing to your girl only, what she's doing, you also need to do your
Yeah,
thing.
it's true. Like me and Kay, the way
Yeah,
that we do it.
me and Kay.
Well, no, I got to talk about us. You
Yeah,
know,
okay.
let me go back because my screen is. Well, the way me and Kay do it is we actually with us it's everything we do outside of just being us. Like I work and we both do videos, so it's like it's always something to talk about. There's always a plan going on, you know,
Hmm.
and I think that's good with us. That there's always a plan. Like Kayla has a plan, I have a plan, and
Hmm.
sometimes we separate minds too. So
Hmm.
sometimes during the day she'll be thinking about something she's doing, or I'll be thinking about something I'm doing. I think the editing with us keeps us separate sometimes, where we can take breaks
Yeah.
from each other, right?
Yeah, because I edit for a long hours, and then Jay
Yeah,
also edit his video. So,
yeah,
and when I'm cooking, it separates me from him because
yeah,
he's
exactly.
doing something. So it's not always like you together, especially if you have 2 rooms, or
Hmm.
your lady will be in the bedroom or in the sala or the kitchen doing something. So it's really there's always a separation.
There's always
So because they're
separation. Yeah,
always doing something. I think you're hanging. Are you hanging?
yeah.
Jay's
I am.
hanging
Yeah.
with like this. Kiss me. Taking up fishing and trying new things. Yes, House of Us, correct. Chosen, let me read Abigail first. Me and my husband recommend each other animes that we have seen yet, or we haven't seen yet. We have seen yet. Choosing one. Regroup yourself. Let your heart heal first. Jay is stuck right now, guys. With
Yeah, I
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
Oh wait,
Turn
no,
off your
it's
camera and turn it on again.
no. I gotta.
Also, chosen one as a question for you, Jay. How do you deal with heartbreak after your Filipina leaves you after 4 years? She found expat with more money.
Oh, you gotta just bounce.
All right, Jay, you disconnected. Jay, you are disconnected. So while waiting for Jay, how do you deal with heartbreak after your Filipina leaves you after 4 years? Well, I think for me, you just need to move on because there's a lot of Filipina that deserve you. So all you need to do is just is I really don't know because I'm not a man, but it's of course heartbreak is really hard than different things that you experience emotionally. Usually that's the one that really hurtful, but I think all you need to do is just really move on. After a few years, you're just gonna laugh what happened in the past. Actually, that's what suggested to me when I was separated with my ex boyfriend before we broke up, and then I was like somebody told me like after a few months or a few years, you're just gonna laugh of the situation that happened, how you break up. So sometimes you just need to focus on other things that make your mind not think of her, do other stuff or do some hobby or maybe focus on your work, focus on other things. But we'll listen to Jay if maybe Jay has other suggestion. But that's for me. I think you just need to focus on other things and try to meet another Filipina because if you still like Filipina, there's a bunch of Filipina that can appreciate you. Maybe that girl is not really meant for you. Maybe there's someone that really meant for you.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
All right, we're
It's
becoming
you have to you have
this
to
one.
you have to jump out there right away and keep going. Like for instance,
Mhm.
when I met Kay,
Hello,
um,
Puting Pinoy.
and I'm not trying to blame my ex or anything like that. When I met Kay,
Mhm.
I was told that there was no love in my relationship. So I said, okay. I jumped right away and started looking to date other women.
Hi,
Because,
Jordan.
and then I moved out. Moved out from my ex because I'm not going to sit there and pout about it. I said, you know what? I just got to go. You know. and that's what happened. And I had to move on and bounce on and keep going right away. And the
Mm-hmm.
same thing even with Filipinas. A lot of times you'll go date a Filipino online, and you can bump into a bad situation, but you can't let that place your blame on the next Filipino. You got to keep going and find another one.
Yeah, that's
And
I was saying earlier,
yeah,
Jay. They just need to focus on their craft, this
exactly.
hobby, or just focus on their job, because it's like,
Yeah, like you said, it also increase your income. Yeah.
yeah. He said
Hmm.
she was the most beautiful girl I ever seen. The truth is in the tears I cry. The truth is in the tears I cry. I know. Actually, Fuchsias, I'm just gonna share. I have an online relationship before,
Cholo,
and oh, shout out to Puting Pinoy. He's here, guys. We just have an
Puting.
interview. Jay has an interview with him recently. So if you haven't watched that, guys, check Jay channel, the
Yeah,
Black
my last
Filipino, of
video.
course.
Be sure to
The
check it
last
out.
video, the interview was very good. It's really funny, and it's really like, it's very interesting interview.
Hmm.
But anyway, I'm gonna share you guys. When I was dating online, he's my first boyfriend. And he's a seaman. All right, so he's an Indian too. So we're dating, and then he said, "Oh no, I cannot date you anymore because
Hmm.
of the tradition." And it's really hurt me because I know that already. But he told me that he's gonna fight for me, and it's like, okay, you're gonna fight for me, and it's like the girl's feeling.
Kate fell in love with an Indian man, and if anybody knows that Indians are, they have to, arrange
Yeah,
marriages.
arranged
Yeah.
marriage. So I was like, okay, and then he suddenly said, sorry, I cannot fight for you, and then it's really hurt me. Do you know that I was crying every night, every morning, because I work at night. I was working in a call center, so at night I was crying. I mean, in the morning, because that's my night. I was crying in the morning. In the evening, I go to work, like ready to work, forget about it. When I got home, I cry again. I did that for a month. Then after that, I move on. Sometimes you just need to let it out, and
Gotta cry every day.
yeah, every day. But make sure it doesn't affect your job. It doesn't affect
Yeah.
your. Of course, it affects my eating. I lose a lot of weight, which is good that time. But you
Actually,
just need to be
when that
strong.
happened, guys, I gotta tell you something. That was around the time me and Kay started talking.
No,
We
it's
both
not.
no, it
Jay,
is. We've been through
Jay,
situations. Well, yours happened before. I know, but how many months before?
that's my first boyfriend.
Oh, your first one. Okay, I'm talking about the
Yeah.
dude after. Yeah,
Yeah.
Professor, what's going on?
Maraming salamat, Kakampi, from Puting Pinoy. Puting Pinoy, guys, is fluent in Tagalog. So if you're Filipino, you really enjoy his content because he's speaking Tagalog there.
Hmm.
Shout out, shout out. And wait, we have a blog with him. Jay will be nose bleeding on his
Oh
blog.
yeah, that
So
vlog
we
was
can wait
nuts.
to watch that as well.
That vlog was nuts, guys. Actually, when I did it, I was a little bit embarrassed, but then I felt I was fine. And then I found out what I was saying. I didn't know what I was saying to people. That was the crazy thing. I was just reading off a paper, and I didn't know what I was saying. So I was walking up to dudes. He had me walking up to dudes, telling guys I loved them, or and it was crazy. But
But
it's
Jay
fine
know
though.
already what's mahal kita. I don't know. He's still,
I
maybe
knew
he's
my how
reading too much.
kita, but I was reading so
Mahal
much.
mo ba ako?
I was punch drunk when I was reading it. I was
No,
punch
because you're
drunk.
reading a lot of Tagalog
Yeah,
words. So Jay is
yeah,
like, oh, okay.
yeah.
It's gonna be funny, guys.
And in future
So,
said entering Indian culture is interesting. Yeah, I briefly dated an Indian Hindi girl when I was in the military overseas. It ended because her family controlled her. It was just a temporary thrill for her, and that happens with Indian girls or Indian guys too.
mhm.
It's never gonna last. So don't catch feelings because it's just not gonna last.
Yeah. So we have Jolo here. Shout out Jolo and the professor. Hello, chilling
Hmm.
fam. We have the professor. Hello, J and K.
Yes.
And yeah. Oh, you wanna go to the next one?
Let's go to the next one.
All right, guys. We are. Are they in already or not yet? Are they in the
No,
background?
they're not here. No.
Okay, okay. So we'll continue, guys, and we're gonna wait until they come. And we have guests today, guys, and they are happily married. And yeah, later, let's ask
Yeah.
them the question. So, what number are we now, Jay? I think number 5. Show that you're thinking of them. It's nice to be surprised with a gift when you list. Oh my gosh, my Tagalog. When you list expected. If you see a certain treat that your partner loves, bring it home to surprise her. Yeah, I
Yeah,
agree with that. Hmm.
that's the thing. Yeah, no, I do always get the joke 20 minutes later, but no, that's the thing. Definitely always that keeps the surprising, up to date because women feel it. Women feel those surprises.
Jay need to
So
improve with the surprise.
yeah, I do. I gotta improve
Jay
more.
surprised me on my birthday only, and that's it.
Well,
Joking.
no, I have to improve it. With the pandemic, I've been hurting on my surprise game, but it's good. I'm gonna step back up. It's just embrace the Filipino accent. Go, go, go along.
Cholo said, Jolo is always saying, if you want to say guapo, Sir Jay,
Ang lamig.
handsome.
Ang lamig. Yeah, no, I know lamig.
What's
K
lamig?
always says it. K says it cold. K always says it when she's in the. K takes a cold shower. She goes, "Ang lamig, ang lamig," and I'm like, oh, what's
Yeah,
going
Jay
on,
already
Joanne?
know.
How are you?
Hi, Duan. Every chosen one said everything he got, but what makes me feel so sad? She had a child. We always planned. What do you mean? She had a child. We always planned. She got pregnant with the guy too. Lamig is cold.
Yeah,
Yes, Jolo. Trust me, you can find a girl in the Philippines easy.
you can, you
Easy.
can. Any guy, whether you're white, black, green,
Hmm.
you
It's
can
just
find a
hurting
Filipino that's
right
into
now,
you.
chosen one. But all you need to do is just focus on other things. If you're working, focus on your work. I know it's really painful because we cannot. Whatever we're gonna say right now is still gonna be painful for you. But
How long ago was this?
yeah, I
Just so we
know.
know.
I know.
How long ago was this? If you want to talk about it, email me to blackfilipino@gmail. I can throw you right on the live. We can talk about it right now. I have no
Yeah.
problem.
So RLB said, OJ, you can read it because this is for you.
I said, Jay, please tell your Western subscribers are moving here. Please leave your garbage, trash, bad luggage in the West. We have so much of that here, so you can have your reboot, restart here. Well, no, it's true.
Oh yeah, 4 years ago. Hmm.
I tell them that all the time in my vlogs. I say, therapy is also a good idea. 4 years is too long to still be sad. Yeah, she left me 8 months ago. Yeah, but actually, RV, I always tell my subscribers that to leave it over in the West. The bad luggage, even the bad attitude, the bad energy. Don't bring that to the Philippines. Don't bring the attitude to the Philippines. And actually, I made a video today, which is going to probably be released on Monday, talking about that. And I will continue to make videos on it because you guys need to know. Because this is the thing: the Philippines is extremely safe. Actually, but things can happen here. And I let you know. I made a video about it before, but I made another video about it today. Just saying, hey, look, things happen. You see
Hmm.
foreigners get involved, but over complaining, and then get killed. It happens. It almost happens once a year. To where it's a foreigner that gets ahead of himself and gets hurt.
Hmm.
So definitely, you got to check your luggage at the door.
Yeah, I agree. Puting Pinoy say therapy is lifelong, yes. But once you
Hmm.
find the one, you will forget the other girl. You're just gonna like,
It's true.
wait, once you find the one, but don't make sure that you're not gonna use the find the one just to like
Yeah.
what do you call that when
Rebound.
you rebound? Yeah, but
And don't
it's 8 months ago, so it is
and
long
don't bring
time.
your bad luggage into a new relationship.
Yeah.
Don't bring it into a new
Don't
relationship.
worry, choosing one. You can find the right one soon. I wish you
Hmm.
all the best. He said she
Hmm.
left me 8 months ago for expat. Which expat? No, he said-
That
guys,
happens.
subscribe
And,
kayo guys. Subscribe to Puting Pinoy and thank you for dropping by Puting Pinoy.
and Marquez said it too. He said, "Don't meet girls from website." I mean, you in the Philippines. If you meet girls in the Philippines, it is better. Okay, you can meet someone online. You can even meet somebody gorgeous. Don't be wrong, but when you come here, you're gonna have a better hand pick. You're gonna might most likely find someone better. But will it be more intelligent? I don't know. Maybe not. That was
Mm-hmm.
the thing. That was the thing with online dating for me. I got time to really know how intelligent Kay was. Because if I would have seen Kay in person, I probably would have just got somebody for beauty, and I would have missed
Wow,
out.
wow, you're just trying to say I'm ugly, Jay.
No, I'm not
Jay
saying
announced
you're very
me that.
pretty. No, no, I'm not saying that. I'm saying I would have probably just chose for beauty if if I would have met a woman online.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, in person. I would have just chose beauty in person, and I would have missed out. And that can happen to guys. So I think it's both. But still,
Mm-hmm.
I think online it makes a guy take his time. But still, guys can meet women while they come here. I suggest it. I think you can still find someone that's good. I think you won't bump into the same headaches. But
Mm-hmm.
online for me, I got to know Kay and I got to know who she really was and I got to plan with her. It was different.
Actually,
It was
guys,
biblical, the connection we had. It was.
yeah, because we Bible study and we actually
Yeah,
talk
yeah, yeah.
every day. We have like every day there's always a topic. And every day
Yeah.
you just need to do like Abigail said in the previous interview we had with her. It's like you need to do some things. Every time you
Hmm.
talk, it's not like, hi honey, I missed you. You know, it's always like something to do. So it's not like boring. And I think I forgot what I'm gonna say.
I think for the guys that are just
Mhm.
looking to come and to get their rocks off, oh yeah,
Mhm.
meet him here because then you're gonna come and that's all you're gonna do.
Yeah,
But I
that's what I'm
think
gonna say.
as far as choosing wisely, it's actually gonna be harder in person because you're gonna see that pretty girl in front of your face and you're gonna
Mhm.
lose your mind. And
And
then
you doesn't know her yet because
you don't
sometimes
know her
guys
yet. Yeah.
there's always advantage and disadvantage of dating
It's
online.
advantages from both,
The
yeah.
advantage of dating online, you have a bunch of girls that you can see online and you can choose, right? And you can
Hmm.
see there sometimes in the profile dating online like what they like, what they look like, what they're looking for a guy. So you have a choice. But when you come to the Philippines, you see a pretty girl, you may approach her and you may start dating her or something like, and then when you walk a little bit there's another pretty girl and you're already dating this girl, so
Yeah.
that's the advantage. The disadvantage is you doesn't know if this person is the real one.
I think
She may
I
be
think
lying.
in
So
person, that's for the guy that's for the eye. I think online it's for the guy that's for the heart.
hmm
True, and that's truth. That's the truth to me. Let me see.
yeah, be
No,
careful
no,
of catfish
minutes
too.
inside a market, mall, or church. Yeah, well, that's the thing, and a lot of times the guys that want to meet the woman in person, for the most part, you know, it's the guys not looking for,
I'm thirsty.
love. It's just facts. I mean, I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with it. I don't judge the guys that are just looking for a woman just to look for them. But you know, for me, it was better online. I'll be honest with you, because if I would have came here just to meet a woman, I would have never gotten married. That's real. I would have never gotten married if I would have came here to meet women.
hmm
I wouldn't be married right now. I would
Jay
be
is
married.
dating
I would have just
everybody. Just kidding.
no. I'd have been a player. I would have been a player.
All
See, the
right.
thing with me is, if I would have came here and did that, I didn't have a problem getting women in the West, right?
hmm
So me coming here, it would have been a wrap. I would have been the worst guy ever. I would have been the worst. I would have
Okay,
been the worst. So
let's
yeah,
move on with that.
let's move on. No, it's
Let's
just
move.
and so Delanne said, true that, Jay. When you met online, the first thing that attracts you is the personality, intelligence, or physical appearance. That's what did
Yeah.
it for me. And I met Kay's intelligence. I seen the prettiness. I seen the pretty face, and then I got to know who she was. That did it for me. That was good enough for me. It was like, wow, I really get to know her. I got to see her brain. I got to see her with her kids. She would have me online and she would show me the kids she was teaching, and I got to see how smart Kay was. And how
So Marcus
patient she
said,
was.
Jay, we almost look alike. We could be cousins.
Yeah. So,
So
guys, I just want to let you guys know the interview is happening. Okay, we're gonna keep it going. We're gonna bring them on at 10, but it's happening because we
out of
have the
here.
lovely couple right now in the back room. So the interview is happening.
And also,
And no,
guys,
Marcus Dillon, I feel you. I'm not trying to stop you. Meet girls here in person if that's what you're gonna do.
yeah,
I'm not
because
gonna tell you to go chat online.
yeah,
don't be like me. Go do what you want to do.
yeah, of course, because sometimes it doesn't work for other guys, and
Exactly.
what works is you see the girl personally and know her personally. So it depends. It depends on the person as well. So I want to shout out to people that here Also, we have Apple Hernandez. Who
Apple
else?
Hernandez in the building. How you doing, Apple?
Hello. And I watch, Fisher said, I watch the Philippines walking videos of people walking the malls and streets, and man, I see beautiful women all the time. Their
Yeah, I
selections
know.
are unreal. Man, listen.
I'm gonna do a couple of walking videos when the lockdown is done. I'll do some more walking videos. I used to do that all the time. I know a lot of you guys watch me because of it, but I stopped. But
Hello,
yeah, I'll do some more of
Joel.
those walking videos inside. But let me see here. Let me get my questions. Let me prepare, okay? Keep it
Yeah.
going. I'm gonna get my
He said,
questions.
Joshua said, Jay, it's you and Kay. I know how you fell in love. I've been watching your child. Thank you so much, Joshua
Yeah.
Moore. We have
Thank you for
guys
watching.
guests, so keep watching. We have part two of this live stream, so they're already there. Jay said, I didn't see I see his face before because he sent us a video. He's singing and he can sing Tagalog. So
Yeah, yeah.
later I will request him
Oh
after
yeah,
the interview
yeah.
to sing a
Eric, you
song
gotta
for
sing
us.
for us, bro.
I will request because he can sing, guys. I was like, OMG. He's like like the boys two men in the US. But he sounds like
Yeah,
that.
Kate did say that. Kate said he reminds me of Boys to Men. I said, oh,
Yeah,
I
he really
said,
sing like
wow, what a compliment.
R&B, like, oh wow, that's a
Kate,
nice voice. And then sing in Tagalog, guys.
Kate, send me the questionnaire.
Oh my gosh, Jay
I
doesn't
lost
have
it.
a questionnaire.
Yeah, send it to me so I can have it.
Okay.
But guys, actually, we're gonna bring him in while Kate's sending me the questionnaire. So, all right, guys, this brother is from, and this sister is from Chicago. Okay, and they actually met inside of the United States, and I would love for them to come on and tell their story. Me and Kay are gonna ask them some questions, to find out more about them. But we have the brother Eric and also LA or La. I didn't get her name, and I'm sorry about that. That I'm butchering your name.
Lalaine, I think it's Lalaine.
Elaine, yeah, Elaine. That's right. I did see it in the email. And Eric and Elaine, we're gonna bring them on, guys. Welcome to the show, Eric and Elaine.
Welcome.
Hey, good morning or
Hi
Good morning.
evening
guys.
where you are in the Philippines.
Good evening. Good evening.
Hello
So,
guys.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
so yes. So I'm happy to have you guys on today. So, Casey, you send me the questionnaire.
Yeah, I sent the questionnaire. But guys, while Jay is checking the questionnaire, introduce yourself. Can you introduce yourself,
Yes.
guys?
Ladies first,
I'm LA here.
and I'm Eric.
Okay.
All right.
Let me see. I also gonna get the questionnaire. Actually, guys, this is our second time to do the interview, and we're so happy that you agree to join the interview today. Let me just get the questionnaire too. We have a first question. I sent it to you guys yesterday. How you guys meet? How did you meet?
How did you meet? Yeah, that's what you want to know.
Mhm.
It's an interesting story.
Okay.
Do you wanna? Oh, you okay? So all right. I my wife is shy. She's a very shy cat, So, but once she starts talking, trust me, she'll open. All right.
Okay.
So one morning, my mother called me and she asked me to bring her some medication at work. She had forgotten it at home. I was going through a very very difficult time at that moment, and
Mhm.
so I said, okay, yeah, no problem, Mom, I'll get you. And I took the medicine over there. I'm sitting outside a hospital, and I see these two Filipinas as I'm parked, and I'm just looking, just looking, and I catch the eye of one of them. She's looking at me. I can tell she's looking. This is my wife. Can you guys hear me? Okay.
Yeah,
I hear
very
you,
good.
buddy. Mhm.
So I'm looking at her, and my mom came down and made the transaction, and then I left. So um, I left, and I thought about her as soon as I departed, and I was like, man, I should go back because I'm not a very forward guy. I'm not one of those guys that go rapping to women. All that. It's just not my forte. And
Mhm.
so I drove around the corner. I went to it was a Burger King, and I said, you know what, just turn around and go talk to her. So instead of talking to her, I drove back around, and she was still there. She was outside with her sister. Her sister, she was going to
partly handicapped.
yeah, she's partly handicapped. So her sister was out there with her, And I had a business card on me. So I went and gave her the business card and just asked her to call me. And lo and behold, she did, just for conversation. And that's how we met. I mean, it was just as simple as that, but not so simple at the same time. So and we'll get to that, but
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's I like that you found the courage to talk to her, because if you wouldn't have done it, we wouldn't have you guys here right now.
no, absolutely. And
Yeah.
and just to go further, trust me, when I tell you I don't do that, I never ever ever do things like that. But it was a time in my life. I was going through a tumultuous relationship, and as a matter of fact, speaking it in ether, I was married, and so what had transpired is my ex, the night before, I had caught her cheating on me for the third time, and I actually said a prayer that night, and I said, I just want a faithful, good woman by my side. That's all I want, and if I can find that, I'll be a happy man, and I'll treat her like a queen. This is my oath to the Lord, more less. And so it just so happened that the following day, I met her.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
You see that? You prayed about it, and then you were able to notice that God delivered that to you right then and there, and you said, "I think this is it."
And I need to
And
go
that's
back.
probably what made. Yep, that's what did it. I'm happy you said that, brother.
Yep. And I
I'm
needed
happy
to go
you said
back.
that.
And I said this would never. Now you can kind of chime in. You weren't going to hit that location again, right?
Yeah, that's going to be our last day. My sister has
Speak up a little
her
bit.
what's this therapy there,
Okay.
and then and then that's going to be her last day. So
So they weren't going to even go back to that location ever again.
last day there.
That was her last
For her
time going to
therapy.
that location for her therapy.
For my
So
sister's
for her
therapy, not
sister's
my
for her
therapy.
sister's therapy.
Because
So
I'm the one taking care of my sister.
so we would have never that it was a 1 in a billion or whatever you want to say percentage chance of that ever happening again. It just
Yeah.
so it worked out at that moment.
Wow, that's
That's what.
good. So I want to ask Elaine a question. What made you say, you know what? Let me give Eric a call. What did it for you?
Pardon?
What made you want to call Eric?
No, maybe
But I gave
who
you the
called
number, so it
first?
made you want
Oh, okay. Sorry.
It's okay.
Well, first I'm hesitant to call. I was joking with my sister. I told my sister, you call him. Like. Why you want me to call him? You call him. Then we keep on telling each other that you call him, you call him. So okay, so I will try to call him. So I called him, and then it started there. Then.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
That was important. I wanted to know that because he told the story, and I said, "Wow, it's a good story." So I wanted to hear what you had to say about it. And you know what I think happened? I gotta say this, Elaine. I think she said, "Let me stop playing. I need to call him." He's so nice. I need to take him for me. Forget my sister. But let's get into
Because
the
I'm
next
shy to call
question.
him, it's like, I'm shy. So I told my sister to call him, but my sister doesn't want to call him. Said he gave it to you. Why you asked me to call him? Like.
Yeah, yep.
So what do you feel, Eric? Like when you hear her voice, like after that you start dating or
Yeah, so we actually talked a lot. We really didn't start dating right away. It was more conversation,
LDR?
and as my heart was sunken at that time, I wasn't ready to just jump into a relationship at that moment. It was more or less, just having someone to talk about and express your feelings to,
Mm-hmm.
and I was able to do that with her, uninhibited. I mean, I was full disclosure with her in terms of what I was going through, and as you can imagine, you know, with family, with friends, that doesn't go over so well. You know, you got this married guy, and you're trying to talk to him. You know, and I don't think she indicated that right away. But what was important is that she saw through all of the other things, and it took us a long time. Let me say this: it took us a long time to become a couple, several years, as a matter of fact. So this wasn't it wasn't necessarily a just an immediate thing. I knew in my heart that my my relationship was over as far as my marriage was concerned, and honestly, I had you know, I was married for 18 years. I was I was married for 18 years, and I was with her for 26 years. So this was it was a real shift in my life, and it caused there was a lot of stuff going on, and it was so necessary. Man, there's so many backstories. There's a backstory. So I had a friend of mine. I have a friend of mine. He's actually in prison right now. And the reason why is because of well, it was a big story here in the Chicago area. We were in Chicago, and it was a big story here because the guy was involved with her. He was her attorney. They developed a relationship, and she actually was murdered.
Wow.
He was in the Chicago jail, and I had an opportunity to go see him, and I expressed to him what was going on in my backstory, and he was one of the guys that said immediately, "Eric, get out. What you're going through right now, you had better get out." This was before I ever approached her, of course. But he, you know, I had been going through some things with this partner of my ex, and you know, it was a back and forth that took me out of a comfort zone because I'm a pretty mild mannered guy until you cross me. And you know, none of us are. You know, when you grow up, I grew up in the hood. I mean, keeping it real, I grew up on 107th and Champlain here in Chicago, which is very, very distinct neighborhood for crime. You know, as a crime area. But I had great parents and a great system around me, and was able to, you know, go to school and you know, kind of get out of that situation, that cycle, if you will. And so it was important. So he you know, having talked to him, he was like, "Look, man, you need to just whatever you need to do to get out, do it." And I did.
And also, it's third time already, right? She cheated on you third time.
Yes, that was the third time. Yeah, it was the third time the charm, and I gave it every opportunity. So I had no ill feelings about making it work. And the funny thing about it is, even when I told her about it, she had the feeling that, hey, if it's something you really want to do, I like you. You're a good man in my eyes, but I want you to be comfortable with me, and I want you to leave with no inhibitions. I don't want you to think, oh, did I make the right decision? If you want to go back, go back. It's going to hurt me, but go back. So she was very instrumental in that transition, because without her support, I wouldn't have been able to do it. If it were a different type of woman, you know, I'm not going to mess with you. You're playing around my feelings, or you know, that could have been the case, but it wasn't.
Wow, that's truly a blessing, man.
That's a good story. That's a good meetup story.
It is
different. But I have another question later. But I'm just gonna stick with the questionnaire. I have a question for you later, Eric. What were the struggles you had when you started dating? What are the struggles you encountered?
Yeah. So one of the main things was, you know, in my particular situation, I couldn't do all the things that I really wanted to do. So that was a struggle. I'm an outgoing guy. I like to go to festivals and concerts. Something that we do now, we do all the time. That's what, you know, or I should say used to, because there's a backstory on that too. But I mean, we'd always go to, you know, concerts, plays, things like that. And you know, so that's what I wanted to do, but I really couldn't because of my situation at the moment. So that was the dating portion was a little difficult initially. And I think that caused some. I don't know if it was it difficult for you.
Yeah, because my friends they telling me about him. Don't trust him. Like,
Mhm. Yeah.
you know, I said yeah. I told them that whatever consequences, you know, I will face it myself.
Mhm.
Mm.
You know, God give me the brain to think,
Mm-hmm.
so it's up to me. You know,
To
because if I
decide.
listen to people, you know,
Yeah.
I'll not be here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Because I can
That's
say he's a
good.
good
That
man.
that.
He is a good man. Only his life is like he has problem with his ex. So, but
Mhm.
I supported him that time. So you know, I tried to you know
Mhm.
to
oh,
understand him. Yeah.
and it's weird because like at one point she did tell me this. A friend, one of her friends, on a holiday, wanted to come to my home, um,
Mm-hmm.
and confront, say, hey, what's going on, and
Mhm.
knock on the door, and she refused. She said, no, I'm not going to do that. And I can say without a shadow of a doubt, we would not be together had she done that. Period.
Yeah.
It just
Yeah.
wouldn't have transpired to this. No way. No way.
Yeah,
Mhm.
because it's wrong, you know,
Yeah.
to do that.
And the honest thing about it, there was nothing going on the other way.
Mhm.
It was just there are specific laws here in Illinois,
Mm-hmm.
real estate and things like that. So,
Mhm.
I actually had started, investing in real estate when I was 23 years old. I had, like I said, a good foundation after graduating from college. And so, we acquired, my ex and I, several properties. I mean, I literally gave away, 700 and some odd $1,000 of real estate, and,
Mhm.
and a ton of cash to get out.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And knowing what I know now with the beautiful woman I have, I would have done more if I needed to.
Yeah.
But how? I was just wondering how long you said you're still married that time when you met her.
All
But
right.
how long before you started really like going out like after a year or
It
after
was
two
it was
years?
about a year. It was roughly, I say, on a regular basis.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it wasn't even that. I don't think it was that long. It was probably about 6 months. It took about six
Mm.
months of, how, if you've ever been in that type of relationship,
Mm-hmm.
when the feelings are gone, you kind of separate. We were in separate beds, separate, everything was separate at home. But if I
Yeah.
leave, there's a statute of law here in Illinois, where you would actually lose your home as a person. You can do that. So I had to gingerly step around things to make sure legally I was okay. So that made
Mm-hmm.
it. That made it.
I was just gonna put the question I want to ask you. It's not in the questionnaire I sent you because we have one guest here, chosen one in the chat. How did you move on from your ex? Like because he's like he still cannot move on. The guy, the lady
Yeah. Yeah.
left
Yeah, it was.
left him.
Eight
So
months
how
ago.
did you move on?
Mhm.
Because you're married for a lot, like 26 or 18 years.
Let,
How
let me,
did you move on?
Yeah, it was very, very difficult. And my daughter was a collegiate athlete, Division 1, and
Mm.
I was still going to we're still going to her games. We're still
Mhm.
I'm having to do these things as a father I have to do, and it was difficult to move on because the
Mhm.
ties there. We had real estate ties. We had the family ties. It was very hard, but I will say this: it was a lot of prayer, and there was a lot of prayer, and it was my faith basically stating, "Hey, you
Mhm.
need to do this." In addition to, as I previously mentioned, my friend who basically laid it on the line. It's as I said, there's a backstory there,
Mhm.
and
Mm-hmm.
the relationship that we had is a tumultuous thing that I experienced with the outside guy, the other guy, if you will. It
Yeah.
was rough. I found out. I actually let me say, the way that I found out, I followed. I followed her, and I found
Wow.
Oh,
out where she was going.
that's that's great.
It's nuts.
It's like a
Well,
regular
It's
Guapi
like a soap
Tulfo
opera.
story.
And
it's one of those
that's why I told Jay.
situations.
I told Jay a while ago. I said, "Man, my story is a little a little different most folks you hear on your show.
Yeah, I know. Number one, because you met her there too. A lot of guys are doing the LDR thing. You did it in person,
Yes.
and you know, the fact that I know what it was because I've been in that situation too. If you feel a woman's doing something, you're gonna follow them one day, especially your wife. You know, you say, "This is my wife. Let me see what she's doing," and she proved it to you, and that made it easy for you to move on. So it's good that you
Exactly.
did do that. Yeah.
Exactly. That was it. It was really the third time the charm.
Yeah.
At that point, and let me tell you how the first time I found out. First time. All right, so let's go back. The first time that I found out, she asked me to change a tire on a car. And
Wow.
so I drove her car, and when I drove the car, I came to an abrupt stop. When I came to an abrupt stop, a cell phone came from under the seat.
Ooh.
That's how I found out initially. So that was the first time, and as you can imagine, it was very hurtful. Now I'm not saying I was a perfect man. Let's not. I'm no angel by any stretch of the imagination, but wasn't that bad. And what I read in the text from the extra phone was like a soap opera as well. So that started the whole string of things going to a different level, and it really started the decline of our relationship at that point.
Yeah. Wow.
Okay. Thank you so much. And then we go to the next question. Miss Universe
So,
question.
well, wait. Let me go to this question first. I want to ask
Yeah,
this
go ahead,
thing.
Jay.
So, because he already answered the question. Did you have any heartbreaks in the past? So, was there any situations with you, Elaine, that you had to separate yourself from when you first met with him?
No, because I can see that he's a good man, you know. So
Yeah.
what I did is just to make friend. We started as a friend, and
Mm-hmm.
then try to help him spiritually, you know,
Mm-hmm.
what is right and you know what to do in case you know if he needs help, I'll be here, you know, for
Mm-hmm.
him, you know, as a friend, you know. So
That's good. So, I
And
want to ask you both. Okay. Sorry about that, Rick.
go ahead. No, I was
But I
going
was
to
just.
say
Mhm.
that she was already divorced, so she had a previous
Okay.
relationship. So it wasn't like she had any ties that kept her from
Oh.
dating me.
Yeah. Yeah.
If I can say that, well, it's too late now. I already
Yeah.
did. So that was our and you know she had come from a different place. It wasn't necessarily the Philippines. She worked abroad, so that
Mm-hmm.
that helped our situation here.
Oh, that's good. That's good. That's what I want to know. So this question here now, what do you suggest for people to do to make their relationship last?
well, the first thing is you know you have to trust each other,
Mm-hmm.
respect its space, and of course, communication is very very important. And you know, like when you're that if you're upset, one is upset, you know, all you have to do is, for example, when he's upset, I would just keep quiet, you know, I don't want to say anything, you know, that's all. Then the next thing,
Mm-hmm.
everything will be fine, you know.
Yeah,
Like,
she's as non-confrontational as a woman I've ever met. My ex was the exact opposite. If 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 there was anything that pushed her button, she was in your face. You know, it was on and popping, as they say. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
so it always caused a situation because I'm a proud guy, and of
Mm-hmm.
course I don't want anyone in my face. And the same thing, she's a proud woman. She didn't want things in her face as well. So
Mm-hmm.
with Elaine and I, it's not like I go off, you know, fly off the cuff or anything like that. It's just that, you know, she understands that, um, you know, I'm the head of the household, and
Mm-hmm.
she respects that in its totality. There's no well, you know, and she gives her opinion. Hey, I trust her opinion. As a matter of fact, you know, we purchased real estate together. This house that we're in right now, we did a complete rehab. She did all of it, all of the
Mm-hmm.
design work in here, and you know, to make it happen. It was, you know, so it's the working together portion as well. I mean, keeping a relationship, the communication is key. And we don't, you know, because of the type of job that I've worked, I'm overnight, you know,
Mm-hmm.
so we would be days without really seeing each other. And as everybody knows or should know, absence makes the heart grow fonder.
Founder.
So we were fortunate to have, each other's backs in that, in every night. And I'll say this, listen, every night that we don't see each other, we have a phone call conversation, and we, to discuss our days. Hey, how you doing? Everything's okay, and we pray before we hang up the phone. We say the Lord's prayer and pray for our families both here and abroad.
That's
That's
good.
what that's what we were saying earlier when before you come in, guys. We're reading some suggestion. Staying connected, like you guys are always staying connected, and also do your own craft, do your other things that interest you, make you
Yeah.
get
And what he's
stronger.
saying, he's saying also staying connected with God too is what does it. Because without God,
I
like
think your
when me and Kay
microphone
got
is noisy.
together, it's not me. When me and Kay got together, one thing we would do, we say it all the time. Me and Kay would do Bible studies, and we would pray a lot together, pray for our families, just like you both did. And it helps mend that relationship and keeps it
It
tight.
does. It does.
It really does. And that's extremely important. And I think everyone needs to take from what you guys are saying. And so, Kay, you have any questions? Any more questions? Because I have this.
Yeah, we have more question here. Do you think LDR still works?
Well, they're
I
not
know,
long distance, Kay.
but they do
But you
LDR
can still
before
ask them
before
that.
Well,
they started.
in a sense,
Yeah.
Kay's right. Like I
Yeah,
said,
they
yeah,
do. Yeah.
we have our distance from our work patterns. So
Mm-hmm.
and you know what, the thing about it for my with me and my ex, that was a problem.
Oh, okay.
That was really a problem. I should say my work pattern, not hers, but
Mm-hmm.
that was a problem. My ex hated the fact that I had to work overnight, that I was
Mm-hmm.
gone 12 hours. So it gave, as I said, absence makes the heart grow fonder, but also, idle mind is the devil's playground. So, by the same token, it just depends on how you take it in life. And so she hated that. She needed to be with someone that was there for her every single day. And I wasn't that guy. I was initially for years and years, but then my job situation changed. And when that changed, our relationship changed.
Mm. And that's never good. You know what happened? And I got to point this out. What happened with him is the real her came out, and it's kind of good it happened. And it's sad that sometimes things have to go wrong for yourself, but that situation was a real situation, and it led you to the lane. So it's a negative and a positive. Sometimes you got to go through the storm, you got to go through the rain to get to the sunshine.
So true. And when I really found when I really let me say, we were together prior to marriage 6 years.
Mm.
So
Wow.
that dynamic in itself, a lot of people are like, oh man, you took that long. But there was just a lot of legal things going on that we had to face, and so it took that length of time. We were together, living together for 3 years before, prior to our getting married, and then once that happened, what was really good is when I really got a real firm appreciation for her more than anything else. After those years and everything that transpired was going to the Philippines and meeting her family, because meeting her mother brought it all home. Her father he's passed away, as my father has passed away. But meeting her mom and her family was the best thing ever for me. That made my decision to move to say, okay, we're gonna get a presence in the Philippines, because I would always say to her, she I didn't necessarily think about moving over there in that way. That's okay, but I hear all the stuff about scammers and families and all that. You hear all kinds of stuff, and I understand it. I mean, and I expressed that to her, but at the same,
everybody are bad.
yeah. Again, it's like when you hear not everyone is bad. Just like she had faith in me for my transgressions and things that I had to go through, I had to give her that same leverage. And meeting her family, man, was just boss. And we went right before the pandemic. got into full swing in February of last year. So that was tough navigating through that. It was tough getting back. And I knew, I was telling her, when we were coming back, we were landed in California, and there was nobody with masks on. And once we left the Philippines, man, while in the Philippines, I should say, we were going to grocery stores, man. You're sanitizing your hands, you got a mask on, you're walking through, and everybody's pretty much covered up. But here we got back, I was like, ooh, this is gonna be a problem.
It's like night and day. Yeah.
It's gonna be a problem. Yeah. So, but I appreciated the fact that the treatment from her family was just amazing. I mean, like I felt home. Because of my sleep patterns for work, it's very difficult for me because I work day. My schedule, 3 months on days, 3 months on nights, 12-hour shifts, right?
Wow.
So it's very difficult. So you never really get a night or day thing going. When I went to the Philippines last year, it was funny, and I would sleep on average probably 4.5 to 5.5 hours a day. That's about all I could really muster up because my circadian rhythm as they call it is off. So so when I got there, I was sleeping 10, 12 hours a day. And my wife, she had to tell her family, hey, you got to let him sleep because he's never done. And I didn't want people to think I was antisocial. Because that wasn't the case. I just couldn't get up, man. I slept so good. I ate so good. The organic foods and the stuff.
Yeah.
Here, it's just completely different. I don't think people get an appreciation for that. So.
Then I remember when you came back, you said about your eyes.
Oh yeah. Just things. My mental clarity, my eyesight, everything was like, I was like, wow, it was transformational in a short period of time. And I said when we came back, I said, you know what, we got to get something. We got to get something over there. We're gonna move at some point. And we'll do the back and forth. Like I said, we still have ties here, so we'll eventually buy a property there and probably 8 months out of the year in the Philippines, and then back here about 4 months. I'm like something.
Yeah. It's funny you said that. I appreciated the Philippines more when I went back to the States last October.
Yeah, when you met your son, right?
And then when I went to go see my son, and I spent about three months out there. And what happened was, I realized that the food in the Philippines is like, it's all not organic, but like when I was out there, they had like fake broccoli and fake. And it was went to Walmart to shop, and all of I can taste the difference in the vegetables and the fruits.
Yep.
And I was eating the food. I said, and I couldn't eat it. I said, I can't eat this. And then even the bananas, it tasted different.
Oh yeah,
and,
yeah.
And I was like, yeah.
I agree. So for any viewers that haven't been there, they'll see that, they'll notice that. As soon as you really almost the time I hopped off the plane, because as soon as we landed, after 30 hours of travel, we went to a full scale eat out with the family, man. So I met everybody at one sitting, more or less, the bulk of the people, and man, it was so cool. It was so cool.
Yeah. That's the thing, man. I think coming here, you got to see what it was, and that made you want to experience it again, because the reason why you slept like that, of course, you're in a different area, so you're comfortable. I think when you came here, you didn't have to worry about working. So
right.
Yeah. So automatically your mind went at ease. It was crazy, because that happened to me when I went to upstate New York. That happened. Also, when I came to the Philippines, so when I went to upstate New York, and out there, like, it was like really no TV, nothing, because it's, the way it is in upstate New York, there's no, like, a lot of times people don't get cable to their home. So I wasn't watching TV, anything. My mind got to clear, and I just slept like a baby. And then also that happened in the Philippines as well. But me, right now I work overnight like you. Right now I started working overnight again, so of course, my sleeping is bothered too. But it's fine. I'll be fine. I'll work it out. But thank you guys for coming on for sure. I want to. We have any more questions? I know we have another question here. I want to ask you.
Sorry, guys. I was out. I was not feeling well.
How do you keep that love how do you keep that love burning? How do you keep it burning over these years?
Mm-hmm.
What do you do to keep it burning?
You know, for me, it's really easy with her because um, if I could say it in a non-demeaning way, she follows my lead, and so the thing that makes it easy is that I don't have to do anything outside of what I feel.
Mm-hmm.
So my what I want with her as a woman, as a wife, she does it all and likes and enjoys it.
Mm-hmm.
It's different when you have to struggle in a relationship where you're pressing. You're pressing to make the other person happy, trying to fit into
Mm-hmm.
their world. I don't have to do that. The things that I like, she likes. She's never a sports fan. She's sporting the Chicago Bears here. I've got the South Side City gear from White Sox,
Yeah.
and she enjoys it as much as I do. We traveled a few years ago to Miami to watch the Bears. My mom and my sister live in Miami and in the Miami area. And so, we went to a game there, and we enjoyed doing things like that, man. And she loves it. So it's easy. It's easy that and she really is the bad word is being subservient.
Yeah.
She's not necessarily subservient. She has her own mind. She says how she feels. I respect every feeling that she has, but she respects mine as much, and I think even more. As a matter of fact, I told you, Jay. I think at one time, my mother and I were when my mother first met her, when I took her down there to Miami. My mother made the comment. She said, "She loves you too much." My mother said that, and I love my mom. Don't get it twisted. My mother we just put her on a plane yesterday. She's been here with me 4 months. I was involved in a car accident. I'm on my third surgery, so my mother came to Chicago to help take care of me. So that way, it would not make things as cumbersome on her. And I really appreciate that. But there's a difference, and I think there's a difference in the American psyche with women more than you'd see overseas. And her being the type of woman that respects the man as a head, it's not a problem. And it's not like there's anything wrong with that. People think that that's a bad thing, and it's not. It really isn't.
It's not.
If the person is not, if you're married to a knucklehead guy, you understand. He spends all your family's money and gambles or drinks, and has these vices. Of course, that's a different dynamic. But if he's a good guy, and he leads in a way that is comfortable for you, for your family, you have to be respectful enough to allow that, and things will work out. Things will work out. And when I tell you, I don't have to ask her for much. She knows what I need. She makes sure that my needs are met, and there's no problem. No.
And that's the thing. And this is especially, I like doing interviews like this, especially for the guys that are younger. And the reason why, and also for the ladies too, the reason why is a lot of times a lot of guys that are in the U.S. They're starting to know, and they're starting to figure out, you know what? It's really different, like Filipinas, and also not even just Filipinas. It's even other women in the U.S. That see things different because they're not from the U.S. And what's happening with the woman in the U.S. is their brains are like in a fog, and it's a big confusion. And it happened through feminism and through excessive woman rights and excessive child rights that has everybody thinking backwards. But really, we got to go back to the old school and the way things were, the way things used to be, because that's the way things are supposed to be. Where women actually respected and honored men, and not that, of course, women need to see what happened is the women's rights, of course, they need to be there for the woman equality. That's different than the woman are right about everything. That's how the feminists made it, and it shouldn't be like that. Of course, women's rights, women should be equal with men, but not all the way, not on everything. The men should still be the head of the household. Yeah.
Agreed. And you know, like I said, she accepts that role, and as a matter of fact, she, you know, it puts pressure on me as a man because I wasn't accustomed to that. To be honest, you know, that my relationship was a little bit different previously, where you know that just wasn't the case, and you know now we're you know I'm at a real comfort zone with her that I can express my feelings as can she. I mean, she'll tell me if she doesn't like something, like a person or has a bad vibe, and the thing I've learned is that her silence speaks volumes, because if she has this sense, that sixth sense that women have, where if something is not right, she knows. And I may say, oh no, honey, you're wrong, you're not right, or you're wrong, or you know, and then eventually I have to apologize and say, yeah, honey, you're right. That was that was true. whatever it is. So that's why. So her silence tells me everything I need to know. When she's too quiet, I'm like, oh boy, what did I do? You know? I know something's not exactly right.
So I got a question for you, because this is going to be a good one. And Elaine, you have to be quiet when you answer this, because it's a little bit deep. Eric, have you ever experienced tempo?
Oh man. You know what? So I'm gonna surprise you with this answer.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna surprise you with this answer. I've read about it. I've seen videos about it. I've you know, matter of fact, one of my best friends he lives in Florida. We were visiting my sister and mom. He was supposed to come down with his wife, who's Filipino, but she was experiencing tempo, and he ended up coming by himself because she was so upset at him, she didn't come. That was their situation. Now
that's not tempo.
Well,
she took it overboard. But go ahead.
You know what though? Yeah, it was more.
Yeah.
But I will say I really haven't experienced it.
Wow.
So when I hear guys talk about that and say, "Oh man, you know, you gotta," you know, she's not talking to me, and you know, she never does that.
I always want to talk.
She always wants to talk.
Yeah.
I don't want to let it go. You know, we have to talk now and let it settle like that.
Yeah. So I just don't. Hey, I feel sorry for you fellas that have experienced it.
I'll tell you, I've experienced it twice, but it wasn't really it wasn't necessarily tempo, because when it happened, I kind of like sweetened the situation up right away, and then it was gone. It was like, it wasn't even really a tempo. Like, it happened for maybe 10 minutes.
I got
But it was like a quick situation. And the reason why she did it is because I didn't come across like I was appreciating her. Because I'm I'm extremely bold, and I'm very brazen sometimes. And I needed to be checked, and that was her way of checking me. You know.
Well, you know, we had this. So let me say this one situation where I won't say tempo, but she was very upset. I was upset about something that day. I can't. Something work related, silly, and we had a fly in the house, man. This fly was just buzzing around, and my wife does all this. She has all these little plants and stuff that she takes care of. She likes to do that as her own little hobby. And I'm trying to get this fly, man, and I'm swinging at this thing, and I knocked down one of her plants. Then I knock it and break the vase. Then I did it again, and she looks at me, man. She was so upset. She cried. She literally she didn't say anything. She cried, and I'm like, oh my God, what did I just do?
You killed something inside me, like, oh my God. Because I don't want to hurt even plants, you know. So it's like it's very hurting.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy? You know, I can see with Elaine, she's probably one of the most gentle Filipinas around. I can tell. She's so sweet. Like Kay's sweet, but Elaine is like sweet.
And you know, you got a good read on that.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's hard. it's hard for me to be angry at her.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah.
Like, you know, how do you do that? And she's so nice, man. I can't, you know, it's just, it's such a, it's a beautiful thing, man. Let's just say that. It's a beautiful thing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can
But
see Kay is a very sweet woman.
Yeah. She said,
okay,
she likes it. We watch your channel.
Yeah.
She watches Kay's mannerisms and things that she does. And there are other YouTubers that she doesn't like.
Yeah.
There's some other ones that kind of take some things off the beaten path, you know.
Well, you know what it is. It's a lot of people out there that, you know, they promote certain attitudes and they okay with certain things and they show foreigners things that shouldn't be shown, or they give foreigners the wrong idea of coming to the Philippines and being with Filipinas, you know. And you know, Filipinas should be treated with respect. Sometimes those guys, a lot of guys don't do it, and they're out there. And let me see, I wanted to answer Jay Johnson's question. He said, "What's up, everybody? Question for the men. Let's be honest. Some of us men suck and can never reach a woman's standards. How do we know our time and investment is even going anywhere?" Could you answer that, Eric or Elaine?
How we know the time and investment is
He
going?
said, "What's up, everybody? Question for the men. Let's be honest. Some of us men suck and can never reach a woman's standards. How do we know our time and investment is even going anywhere?"
Yeah. I was answering a post a couple of days ago on someone's vlog that the question wasn't exactly that, but it was similar. Matter of fact, it was my nephew's. It was my nephew's vlog, and I told the women on the panel. They had a little panel. Going on, and I said, you know, the one thing that you can assure yourself and know, men can never. I don't think a good guy can never live up to a woman's standards, man. I mean, they set that bar high, and I think in the United States it's even higher, in my opinion. And it's so high that guys just think that or know they can't meet it, just like Johnson said. And but the one thing is, man, the one thing that you can give a woman to show all appreciation that she'll appreciate more than anything else is your time. If you are given that time, that says all you really need to know, because guys disappear. You know, we disappear in a minute if it's something that we don't really care for. But if you really care for that woman, you give her that time, she's going to appreciate and show reciprocity based on that in most cases, man.
Yeah. No, you're right. I feel that way too. And also,
Sorry,
guys, Kay was sick.
I was sick.
Okay, sorry.
I was vomiting in the toilet, but I'm okay now.
Are you pregnant?
Don't say nothing yet. Who knows? You know that would be
I
a
don't
great
think
thing.
so. I was just eating before we go live, so maybe I overeat.
All right, we'll keep it there.
But
I'm just joking, okay?
I hope, but it's not.
So let me say,
It's a blessing if you have.
and we don't have children together.
Okay.
I mean, we're up there in age where we're beyond that, and you know, beyond that point in our lives. I mean, could we do it? Yeah, science is marvelous now. You can do that, but at this point, we're enjoying each other. You know, I'm 53. I don't have any qualms about it. And my wife isn't far behind me. Let's just say that.
So now all we have to do is just enjoy ourselves. Yeah. You know, like.
Now I'm just wondering, is Elaine has her own kids, or you don't have a kids at all?
Yes, I have kids. Grown up.
Yeah.
Grown up already.
And her son's fantastic young man. I mean, just I think the world of them. I really do. They are. I can tell that, and it comes from her family upbringing and background. But good guys. They professional. The younger one is just to me, he's phenomenal in the sense that this is how smart he is. He's just such a smart guy. So both of them are. Don't get me wrong. And you know, when we went to the Philippines, we stayed at her son's house, one of her son's house, And man, he gave us his bedroom, his bed. Pops, he calls me Pops. You can't go anywhere. I want you to stay here. I don't want you going to a hotel or anything like that. You can't do that. You got to stay here with us. And
it's so nice that your gap is so close only, guys, and it's like, because I remember, I just want to share, I have my uncle, and then he was also looking for another girl, and then he said, I'm coming to, he's in California, and he said he gonna visit to the Philippines and he want to find a girl. But I said, how old do you like he's also like, he looked like a foreigner already, but he speak like
He's cool.
Foreigner.
He's in Malay.
But anyway,
Good.
he told me he doesn't like a young girl. He wants someone that's closer to his age, and which is because some guys like a little bit younger. But he said, I want someone that's closer to my age so they can relate. Like, it's different. So I just want to share. Sorry, guys.
No, okay. You're right on the money. You described me exactly. I really, I understand guys that like younger women. I've seen guys, 50, my age, with a 20-year-old, and that hey, whatever floats your boat. If that's cool with you. But for me, my wife's maturity, her understanding of life, having experienced things that many people have not experienced, her worldly travel, her all those things made us a whole as a couple, and we enjoy the same things, man. This
I agree.
Thank you.
Guys, we asked the question already, but we want to hear you sing because you sent us a video.
Oh yeah,
that
I was
you
trying to put you on the
singing
spot, Eric.
in Tagalog.
Yeah, let us
I
hear
was like,
something
oh
if
my
you can
gosh,
sing.
he's like a boys to men.
no,
It sounds like he's in a boys to men.
Yeah.
And what's funny is her mom. So when we went last year, it was during her birthday, so it was a surprise. She didn't know we were coming, and I met her for the first time. Man, she made me sing on her birthday at the just put me on the spot like that. I'm like, oh no, but she's such a wonderful and beautiful woman that I couldn't resist it. But I love her so much. She's just and I was only with her for a short time, and she says she loves me. Yeah, she tells me I love Eric. I knew I was going to love him before I even met him in person, and that. But singing, man, now, I'm not. What you talking Tagalog?
Whatever. I mean, you can sing
Tagalog. The video you sent us was
Kate wants the Tagalog.
She can sing a little bit. Actually, she sings better. I won't say a little bit. She sings much better than I do.
Okay, well, I'll be blessed to hear that.
Sample.
Sample.
I just want to hear you singing, guys.
I can't even think of a song right now.
I should let you know, like, you're gonna be singing.
All right.
He got one.
All right. I'm sitting here in this room. I've been thinking about everything that's been said. I realize what's at stake. From the moment I met you, I just ain't been the same. I need you here in my life, and we both know that's a hard thing to find. Girl, I'm a good man, and you're a good woman. There's so much more I want to discover, baby. If it's love, can last a lifetime. Deep in my heart, I know, baby. If it's love, can last forever. It'll just start to show.
Ooh, I know I played a field for the longest time. Was in and out of love, I paid the price. Tell me,
Can't comprehend.
Tell me,
Can you comprehend?
tell me, can you comprehend what you make me feel? Heaven only knows why broken hearts can't heal. I need you. Here by my side.
That's so sweet.
If you're not in my world, boy, ain't nothing right. You're a good man, and I'm a good woman too. There's so much more to discover with you if it's love.
There you go, man.
Man,
You
Oh
tried.
wow.
I'm sweating over here. That was good. Y'all can sing.
You guys can sing.
Wow. I was
That's
shocked.
a
I
very
didn't think
nice
it was gonna be that good. No, because
And so,
I heard
so
they can
that,
sing, but
that's the other thing, man. Like I said,
that
we're
was
so
singing.
we're so
Y'all
much
can really
alike.
sing.
We're so much alike.
Everybody said, wow, they sound good, brilliant, fire. They can't believe Luther Vandross and Mariah is.
Yeah, right.
No, it was really there. It was good. I was shocked. I was blown away. Like I felt like I was hearing two soul singers. You know, it felt like I was hearing Rick James and Tina Marie. That's what it sounded like. Like I desire, baby.
Hey, we went to Vegas. I took her to Vegas for her birthday just last month in July. And so the night before we're leaving, I took her to a karaoke bar, a Filipino karaoke bar in Las Vegas. And I said, okay, I'm just gonna surprise her. And so we go in there. Not a lot of people in there. She sings. I mean, everybody's, oh yeah. I sing nothing. But I tell you that nothing. Nobody said a word until afterwards. A Filipino guy walks up and said, "Man, that was pretty good." Because I sang Sila in Tagalog. So that so it's funny. It's funny.
Man, that was good. You know, y'all should do something with that. That was great. That was great. Like, you know, if y'all ever need to make money doing shows, y'all could do it together. Like that was good. And I can tell y'all work together on it too. I can tell y'all work together on it. Like that's things, guys. These are things that couples need to do together.
Yes.
You know, I can tell from the way that she said to him, like, babe, and I was like, oh, she got confirmation, and then she killed it. I said, oh. I said, hold up. She got confirmation. Working on it together? That's what, and anybody had noticed that. I hope somebody else noticed that and said, wait a minute. Hold up, they're working together on this thing. Like they actually do this together. And man, that was great. That was great. I want to say this first before we go. Does anybody else have any questions for them? Anything you want to ask? I'm happy that we did. We should have did this before, Eric. Man, you said before, you know, to speak with you and your lady. Actually, said this to me before, and I don't know what I was thinking. I was so busy and being me, and you know,
it's okay, my man. It's okay.
And I put it off. But I realized. I said, you know what? I got to start doing these interviews because guys out there need to see these situations. You know, they see it from me, but they need to see it from other people, brothers, or even white brothers too. You know, they need to see this from everybody. That this is happening in these situations that are happening with Filipinas, and to see how loving Filipinas are. And you know, I love seeing things like this to show, hey, look, you know, not every Filipina is gonna do you wrong just because you go through that one situation. There's always one out there that's good for you. There's always a good woman out there for you too, even if it's not a Filipina. So
yep, that's true.
I'm happy to see that's been happening. So Lee Robinson asks, how long have y'all been together?
All right, so we met in 2012.
Okay.
We met in 2012. So we've been together since really pretty much, I would say 6 months in till now, if you will. So yeah, we've been
10 years.
Yeah, we're closing in on 10 years next year sometime. So yeah, man, just wonderful time in my life, man. It's really been a blur because it's been so nice to not have all the stress and strain. You know, especially here in the U.S., people don't understand, man. To acquire assets and do things, man, it's tough. It's a grind. Working, as we all say, working for the man. You know, trying to please, you know, your workspace and do a good job, and then come home and balance that with family, friends, and the like. Man, it's so freaking tough, and especially if you want something in life. If you're geared towards achieving things in life, it's even harder. So my hat's off to people who grind like that. I do a 12-hour day, and that's tough enough. But I know I have friends of mine that do 16s that own their own businesses. You know, so it's a grind.
Yeah.
So to find someone that compliments you in that way is so important, man. It's so important to have that back, you know, that backing when you go home, man. And so for these guys out here looking for a good Filipina, man, I wish you, you know, mad luck and love, because you know, with what I have, I can't see it any other way, you know, for my life. And I always tell people, I wish I had met her when I was 20. I'm 53. I wish I had met her then, because I know where we would be even now at, you know, at this point, man. I know how much we would have done together, you know.
And so also Lee Roberts had a question. That's a good question. He said, do you have a YouTube page?
You know, I do not. We've done a lot of videos. We did one in a pool that we did some singing in. You know, that actually we did that song in a pool one time, just joking around. And so an actual page, no, but I just started something. And actually, Jay, let me tell you, you were kind of instrumental in this, believe it or not. Okay. So I have over the last couple of years, I had an accident a couple of years ago, and so I put on some pounds, man, and I've got to lose this, and I started looking at your videos. I'm like, man, this dude is slimming down, dude. From where you used to be to now, I'm looking at. I was big, I'm impressed, and hey, let me tell you, mad love, man, because I know the sacrifices you have to do that. So I just started a 100 push-up challenge. This past 100 push-up a day, every day, killing me. But I started on last week Monday, and I'm chronicling it, and I'm gonna put it out there, and then eventually I'll add us two together. So so you'll see some things out there, and Jay, I'll let you know. So your followers and subscribers, man, if you want to do that, you can
for
do
sure.
it.
For sure, and I'll definitely speak with you too. I got your email. We'll talk about some things.
Okay.
And also, what I'm doing right now, I say, brother, get yourself a treadmill. I say that to anyone here, because right now we're in a pandemic, and you can be at home. You don't need to go to a gym. You keep doing your push-ups, calisthenics. That's what I do, calisthenics, and get yourself a treadmill and jump on that treadmill and just go walking, brother. You're gonna say, "Wow!" I'm telling you, I lost 30 pounds in a month and a half.
Wow.
And you're gonna say, "Wow, I'm losing so much weight so fast." Jay, you right? And you're gonna be so happy, man. You're gonna call me with tears in your eyes. I'm telling you.
I got one problem though.
What's that?
And so that accident. I had a Liz Frank fracture in my foot. I've had 3 surgeries. My most recent surgery was in March. So that's one of the things that contributed to my gain in the weight. But what I'm doing is because of you, really, I'm finding ways to get around that. Yeah, we may have, you know, some people have disabilities or things that they can't do, but there's a way to do it. So I'm trying to find that way in subtle ways. But you'll see. I'll let you know. I'll keep you posted.
For sure. We keep in touch, man. We keep in touch.
All right.
We keep in touch. But you see, Joseph Hart said, "This is the best show you have produced so far, in my opinion. Keep up the good work. The two of them give hope to those who find it hard to believe that love can still be found." Yes.
Appreciate that.
Right?
Hey, appreciate that. Thank you very much. It's out there. It's out there, guys.
It's out there. Yep.
It's out there. Trust.
And that's why we're doing this show, to show you love is real.
And I tell guys in the Chicago land, because I have buddies, they're always asking, "Man, where did you meet her? How did you meet her?" Things like I said, you know, here in Chicago, we have there's a place called Seafood City, and at Seafood City here in Chicago, it's a Filipino market. They have Max's, the chicken place Max's. They have Jollibee and a couple of other establishments there. And if I were a single guy that wanted to meet a Filipino, that's where I go. just go where they are. You know what I'm saying? You have a possibility. And the funny thing is, when we first started going a couple of years ago, you never saw African American men there. Now I'm seeing guys all the time.
Yeah, I'm so happy for you guys. I bomb it again, but anyway.
Kay, you really, I don't know what's going on.
I was feeling the song, and then I was like, "Oh my God, it's coming again." I think it's the spaghetti that Jay prepared, and then.
Jay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it is, then I know what happened.
But
Oh,
I'm
man.
very happy, guys, that you really agree to, to join this interview
Oh,
because
most
you
definitely.
inspire a lot of people that
Sure did.
true love exists.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Appreciate it, and hey, good luck to everybody.
Yes, yes. And also, before you guys go, because I don't want to hold you too long, any more questions from anyone? Last call for questions. And then we'll let them go ahead and they can leave if they want. They can stay on, and we'll go into the finish the 14 secrets of couples who stay together forever. And we'll finish
So
that
they
up.
have a YouTube. You guys have a YouTube channel, right?
Yeah, no. So we don't have one, but
Okay.
we had actually thought about doing that, and we may go ahead and do that. Actually, I was telling Jay, we've done some videos, even singing and
Hmm.
just general conversation about life.
Yeah.
Even going to our rental property, and one of the things I say, so we have a rental property that was like jacked up. We had to go in there and do all this work. This is when I really knew the kind of partner I had.
Hmm.
My wife went over, man. When I tell you, she cleaned and helped us get this thing prepped up religiously until we got it done. And man, she's a worker, and we do that on the side and do our other stuff on the side. So it's cool, man. And I hope everybody can find that same kind of love. But no, we don't have a channel, but we've talked about it, and we may do that. We may do
Hmm.
that.
Yeah. And also, what I'll do for you, I'll speak with you, Eric, also behind the scenes with
Okay.
some ideas you can run with, just to give like a little template on how you can run with it. Because, man, you can make videos out of nothing. Like you'll be surprised, and then you'll get into it and say, "Wow, it's really easy to do this." You walking content, man. You're walking content.
Okay, I
All you,
appreciate
all you gotta do is have you and your wife there, sing, put that camera on, and just be you, man. And before you know it, you have tons of people coming to watch you. You'll be surprised,
that. All right.
you know.
You.
And
Thank you.
yeah, but
And sana all can sing.
yeah.
Sana all.
That was good. I was really shocked. I was shocked. That's why I said, man, they got something. Because I'm still shocked that it was that good. Like Eric, when I heard you sing, you were singing in Tagalog, but it wasn't like that. And I never heard Elaine. When you were singing in Tagalog, it wasn't like the harmonizing and then her with it. It's like, man, y'all could really like pick up and go out there and get gigs. Like seriously, when the pandemic is over. It was crazy. It was crazy. I really appreciated it.
Question earlier.
But and Lee Robinson said, please do one. He said, Lee Robinson, he will watch. He said, please do one. Do a YouTube channel.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank
I'm
you, Lee.
looking for the question of futures. He said he has question, but I can find
Fuchsia,
it.
yeah, I don't see it, but it's all right. I don't want to hold them up. I know it's early in the morning. They're about to eat their breakfast or whatever. But it's been forever. That's so true. That's why phone has came so far. So all right, guys, and also Eric and Elaine, you can stay if you want, but I'm gonna get into this the
Okay.
14 secrets of couples who stay together. I'll finish that, and then after that, we'll end the show. So now, me and Kay, we were up to like number 6 or 7, right, Kay?
Mm-hmm.
Let's go right into this. All right, so now.
And also,
Show-
if you want to share your opinion about it, that would be great as well.
Yeah. So
Before
number
you
6 is always remember to kiss.
of course.
Giving a kiss to say hello or goodbye is a simple yet important thing to get into the habit of doing. It's a surefire way to show you care, even when you are busy. There is always time. So actually, that leads to them. It's like another question for them since they're here. So how do you and Elaine handle that?
How many times you guys kiss every day? I'm joking.
me and Kay don't do enough. I'll let you know that. Me and Kay don't do it enough.
You know what? It's often. It's often.
Okay.
Matter of fact, even when we're lying together, she'll know. I'll kiss her shoulder and back, peck her shoulder and back.
I do that too. Yeah.
Just out of the blue. There you go, Jay. And
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It's just a token of appreciation. But I would say all the time. And that's one of the best things about her. She's a great kisser. She's a great kisser.
Mhm. It's wild. It's wild. It's funny because I'm like that too with Kay. Like I say I don't kiss her enough, but I kiss Kay all the time. I just kiss her in ways that's more than just kissing.
Yes.
You know, more than just like I'll kiss her in the back, I'll kiss her on the leg, I'll kiss
Yep.
her on the foot,
Yep.
out of just for no reason.
Yeah.
You know,
Yep.
and women love that. They appreciate it. So guys, do it more. Guys, do it more. So yeah, the next one is schedule time for yourselves. So it says there's no need to fill your social calendar up every weekend with group events or trips. Take things easy and pencil in a visit to the cinema or a picnic in the park just for the two of you. Of
Yeah.
course, that's extremely important. That's extremely important. And I wish me and Kay could do it more, but with this pandemic, we can't. So we try to spend that time at home and do whatever we can do. But what do you got to say about that, Eric and Elaine?
Oh yeah, I mean
You spend money on
again. We our thing is travel when we can, and you know, make sure that we spend as much time, because we don't have a, you know, the way my schedule is or has been, it's just been very difficult to do. But we've made time. We make certain that, you know, whether it's a dinner out, whether it's you know, we love the movies, so we always we go to movies and eat our popcorn and sit back and watch, you know, center that. So we do that all the time. I agree wholeheartedly. You have to carve out time. I don't care what your situation is. You have to carve out some time to be together and keep that connection.
Exactly. So yeah, with all that being said, okay.
Yeah, I just want to share because also it's like a short date. It doesn't matter if you spend money or not, as long as you're going somewhere. Like for example, you go outside, just walk outside, just spend time with your partner, because that's the time you can know your partner more. Because sometimes people think like going outside is like you need to spend money. Sometimes you just need to walk around and just be together, you know. And
Absolutely.
you know, sometimes it's worth it. It doesn't. You don't need to spend money just to do this.
Yeah.
Exactly. So
We always watch movies.
exactly. So guys, on that note, I think we're gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna cut it short. I was gonna do a 3-hour show, but I think a 2-hour show is just fine. I think I don't want to overkill it because you guys already killed it. You killed the interview. Eric and Elaine, I want to thank you for coming on. Also, I want to invite you if you want to come back again and just chop it up with us.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. And thank you for making her feel comfortable. She was nervous.
Yeah.
My wife she doesn't like talking about herself, and you know, I always tell her she has such great wisdom. She really, really does. And I truly appreciate that. And I wish she would share it with the world. Hopefully you guys can get her to do that.
Yeah, no, you know, it's funny, a lot of
Like
I have another friend that's going through that too, where he does vlogs. He wants his woman to vlog more with him. She'll come around to it soon, but who knows? Maybe Elaine will come around to it, and you guys can do it and make a group of money together. But yeah, hope in the Philippines what's going on. But guys, with that being said, thank you guys for tuning in.
Oh, you're welcome.
Also,
thank you guys for inviting us in. Appreciate it.
Yeah, be sure to look out during the week too, because I'm going to chop up tidbits. I know there's going to be a lot of people that missed this. I'm going to chop up tidbits of Eric and Elaine and chop up the gems and put it out there for you guys during the week. So be tuned for that. And thank you guys for coming. See you again soon.
All right,
everybody.
Bye, guys.
Take care,
Thank you for
everybody.
the.
Have a good time,
Any last
everybody.
word, guys?
Any last words? Any last words for Eric and Elaine? Any last words?
Any last word?
God bless all of us.
All right. That's it, guys. That's the show.
My last word, hey, just thank you very much for having us on the show. Appreciate the love and certainly, man, you guys keep doing what you're doing, Jay. It's an inspiration, and we'll be in the Philippines. We're gonna meet you. Trust me to tell you. We'll be there and spend some time with you guys, and we'll chop it up that way as well.
All right, for sure, definitely, man. I'll definitely be around to it.
All right.
And with everybody, that's the show. See you next week. Maybe I'll do it in the middle of the week too, but who knows? But we'll get to that. See you guys later.
All right.
Bye, guys. Thank you for watching.